right here, Helpless's PC turned off. And let me make this abundantly clear. If this didn't happen, this had potential to not only be library, not even potential, it was going to be library world record. This also had the potential to be a full game record. All right. Hi, YouTube. Everyone say hi, YouTube. I'm NervyDestroyer, and I was player 1 in the Halo CE co-op legendary speedrun featured at Awesome Games Done Quick. And I actually haven't watched the whole thing back yet. This is actually going to be my first time watching it through. I've seen like bits and pieces that I kind of wanted to look at, but yeah, this is going to be like my first actual watch through. Uh-oh, I don't have the chat up, do I? Hi, YouTube. Everyone say hi, YouTube. They already did, but do it again. So we're going to jump right into it after it plays.
No audio. Oh, we're on.
All right. So literally right off the bat, we were trying desperately to tell them not to do this. Right off the bat, we were like, do not switch us over. We don't have audio. We didn't get an audio or a tech check. So when we were like really confused, like, oh, we're live. It's because we were literally stood up and we're like pointing to our headset and like doing this, pointing to our headset, and just boom, I just hit my mic really hard. We were literally desperately trying to tell them, do not start the run. And yeah, and then they just threw us in. So like that little bit where we were like really confused.
No audio.
Oh, no audio.
We're on.
All right, hello. We were just on. And that was it. And that's when I was just like a switch turned in my head, and I'm like, all right, you know what? We're just rolling with it. So that's what I did.
No audio. Oh, we're on.
All right, hello AGDQ. How's everyone doing? I'm so happy with this intro. All right, well, I'm NervyDestroyer, this is Helpless, and thanks to all you wonderful people out there raising over $117,000, we are doing this run on legendary difficulty, not easy. So, woo! We're definitely in for a treat. There's gonna be a lot of very legendary specific tricks, everything. Even the safety strats are gonna be unique. So, as I said, I'm NervyDestroyer. I've been running this game for about 2.5 years. And honestly, I love this game. Current world record holder for Easy, along with various ILs, and I'm joined by my lovely co-op partner.
Hi guys, I'm Helpless. I've been running
That was awesome. Anyway.
this game for about 3 years, and I'm just really excited to be here. Halo is all about couch co-op, and yeah, that's the spirit of Halo. So I'm just.
Dude, is his mic just really low?
Halo is all about couch co-op.
Oh, that's so annoying.
Yeah, that's the spirit of Halo. So I'm just glad to play it with my good friends.
Yeah. Okay, they turned him up throughout the run though, right? Yeah. I'm so sorry, Helpless. That sucks. We can still hear you, but that.
Yeah, that's the spirit of Halo. So I'm just glad to play it with my
That's
good
annoying.
friends.
Yeah. And joined by our couch, of course.
Yes, so I'm Kronos.
Kronos is a little quiet here too.
Solo at AGDQ Online in 2021. It's a brilliant game. Former world record holder of Easy, and I just want to say it's amazing to see both Nervy and Helpless. They're the world record holders for co-op in
Turn up the YouTube vid. You got it.
this game for both Easy and Legendary. They're absolutely amazing. They're going to destroy this game.
And I'm Brian Otto. I ran Halo 3 once for like a few months, and now I just end up on every Halo couch.
He literally does too. He literally does every single Halo couch. Ever since he learned Halo 3, I think he's literally been on every Halo couch. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Kronos really said it all. So yeah, good luck, y'all. Best of luck.
Yep. Thank you. All right. So without further ado, we're gonna get started. I do think my audio.
Oh, now it's back.
It's back.
I want everyone
My audio is a little bit loud. If someone could just turn that down a little bit, please. We had some. Anyway, moving on.
I thought about talking about the tech issues, and then I thought better. I was like, you know what? I was like, no, let's leave the tech issues out of it. Let's keep the viewers completely out of everything that was happening here, and let's just roll with the punches and see what happens. Who was that? Brionato? Brionato is just, yeah, he's one of the staff at GDQ and ran Halo 3 for a bit and is honestly just an awesome person, so.
Yeah. Good luck.
And go.
Go.
Titanfall 2, go, yes.
So right here, Helpless is going to do early out of bounds here
So I can't believe this worked first try.
called Cryo Bump. And he's going
yeah.
to turn on
It's
the
a very
new
finicky
graphics,
trick.
Which is a unique thing
So
in
the fact that it
MCC,
worked
which
first
lets
try
you
is really
see
impressive.
Out of bounds because of how the new graphics settings work. And he's going to do a mini teleport here. Perfect. That's brilliant.
Well done.
And that saves like quite a bit of time of just this opening walking section. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, and it's worth noting that they are playing, MCC is the Master Chief Collection. This is the collection of all the Halo games up until 5, or I guess just to say excluding 5, that was released both on...
That was really Giga Chad getting
on
crowd on
consoles
first
and
try.
PC.
That's
and so that allows them to switch
clean.
between remastered graphics and classic ones, and remastered allows you to see out of bounds, basically, which is a nice little quirk of that.
And that was probably a little confusing right there. If you walk inside that little hallway and then walk back, it just teleports you to the keys. It just says close enough.
Yep, so right here, we're going to make our way through these hallways of the Pillar of Autumn. And one of the major tricks that you'll not really see, but it's done every time, is called backpack reloading. So
I told Kronos, don't let us forget about backpack reloading.
Backpack by double tapping
Because like I've done marathons where I've literally like forgotten to talk about backpack reloading until like 3/4 through the run. It was so I'm happy that he brought it up right here.
And it just gets reloaded. It's very useful for every single combat situation that you'll see like throughout the run.
It really unlocks the combat of this game. Honestly, I
No,
wish
the
it
monitors
was in
were
every
at
game,
60
but that's
hertz.
probably a tall
Yeah,
ask.
they weren't locked at 60, but they were 60 hertz.
Y'all are just nuking these Marines, by the way. Like,
They're in the way.
So Brio has seen very little of the co-op run at this point, by the way, as well.
I can't hear the game either.
Yeah, we have audio.
y'all are
It
doing
is so
great.
hard to
I had no
remember.
idea.
We're just...
Swinging it.
The true meaning of co-op.
Okay, so coming up right here is a major trick in the Pillar of Autumn that was discovered in 2021, I want to say. Discovered by Burnt, major trigger. And basically we're going to do a shield bump right out of bounds here. And because this is co-op, we're going to actually do a very interesting set of tricks here. So both players are going to be going out of bounds with a trick called shield bump.
I love this trick.
To hit one trigger. And
stutters like that. I gotta point this out. So see, like on my screen over to the right.
Shield bump.
See all the stuttering right there. So because of our like lowered setup time, we barely had any time to like do anything. So we couldn't like refresh shader cache. Like the first time you run through CE, it stutters like that. It stutters like this in new graphics. So
Nervy's going to go out to hit one trigger.
we were dealing with that as well.
Is going to go out to the spot where he's
I
going
think
to
I messed up
teleport
belly
Nervy
skip because
to,
of that, if I recall
and
as well.
Basically make everyone
I am ready.
skip through the entire section.
Dude, wait a second. How? So look over at Helpless. How did you not fall back in bounds here? Actually, you're like, that was scuffed. That's. I'm pretty sure that's not where you're supposed to land.
In bounds by loading the zones, and both players are back in bounds. That section saves about 30 to 40 seconds, which is pretty massive. So really cool to see.
I remember watching your streams, Kronos, when that got found, and like the Pillar of Autumn record just going down and down and down and down. That was really.
I think stair skip was the latest trick to be found in the CE hierarchy. So
massive cut. So it's insane.
I think this is one of the last tricks found for this whole run.
Yeah.
It's been a few years too. There we go. I got some audio now. Let's go.
Helpless finally getting audio.
So
and that run is just
Jesus.
That trick is just the tip of the iceberg. This run is going to go off the rails very quickly.
How risky is
pretty
that? So
slow.
To speak? Like, is that like a?
What do
if
you
you hit
mean?
a checkpoint, are you losing minutes, or is that pretty forgiving?
It's pretty forgiving. You get a couple checkpoints here and there during the run.
And wait for it. Wait for it. Fatal error.
Game crash.
Oh no.
Everyone
crash.
clap. Fatal error,
Can
man.
you, like, invite? How does
Jesus.
that work if somebody crashes?
You just load up Halo and get back.
Oh my God.
Oh, okay. I guess that's pretty simple, right? You can just like it's level select.
That is such an
at least it's at the
MCC
end of the
moment.
mission. We don't have to play through Pillar of Autumn again.
You know, his difficulty came up as heroic at one point. We don't know why.
It did. That's right. I forgot about that. His difficulty showed up in the main menu as heroic, and we just kept rolling with it, but we should have quit out and redid it, but we just didn't. I forgot about that. Yeah, his difficulty showed up as heroic in the menu, like in this main menu, like right here on his, wherever his screen is when he joins me. Hold on, I'll point it out.
Complete the mission.
All right,
So
hang on. We got to do a... so we can't do this over LAN until we connect first over Xbox Live, some behind the scenes.
Yeah, that was another thing. We had to connect first over Xbox Live before we were able to connect over LAN. I forgot about that too. Well, I didn't forget about it, but I just remembered it now. So we have to connect first over Xbox Live, then switch the network to LAN, and that's how you do LAN co-op in MCC, because it won't like recognize it right away.
Awesome.
So he's joining me over Xbox Live. We're switching it back to LAN and then joining again.
You know what? I would really love to. We have $117 from Kept in Stitches. Interesting number. They say, I know nothing about Halo, but my husband tells me that 117 is important and something about a master chef. So
Yes,
what are we talking? The Bear or Gordon Ramsay here? Anyway, good luck to the runners. And we also have $10
Master
from
Chef.
Z, who says, good luck, my fellow combat
You can
Evolve
still
runners.
hear the
Thank you
menus in
for
the background. That's funny.
skiing.
Oh, the
But
timer's still
real
going too.
question
People
is,
told me
who
that.
is
They kept the
Nervy?
timer
Is he
going.
helpless? Can we also get...
There we
can
go.
also
So
get
right
Nervy
here on his screen, this said heroic instead of
Helpless kiss at the
legendary,
end
and
of
I'm
the
guessing
run?
that's why it crashed.
Maybe.
All right. Oh, right.
not a no.
Helpless. Can we also get a Nervy helpless kiss at the end of the run? Peepo shy.
Maybe.
That's not a no.
Helpless. We did not kiss. We're gonna have to now. Just so you know.
And $117 from Socratic Bear, donating in honor of our favorite Spartan. Let's finish the fight against cancer.
Don't weird me. It's gotta
I think we're
happen.
back.
Cool. Woo!
I can't believe we fucking
We're back
crashed.
for now.
Oh my god.
All right, so what's going on with what are like some of the big differences with Halo and I guess the second mission is called Halo. So what are some of the big differences between single player and co-op here?
So there will be a major difference in the route change that will happen in the second half. Also, don't mind that. Totally normal behavior.
All right. So there's an actual reason I did that. The actual reason I do that is because he gets some slight input delay. So I need all the grenades, and he doesn't have time to get out of the way. And even if he does, he picks up my nades, which I need. So we decided literally the most optimal way to do that.
Happen in the second
is for me to
half.
kill him.
Also, don't mind that. Totally normal behavior. You know.
But we're not going to explain
Something
that.
you do all the time with your friends.
That is
yeah?
true.
Just kill each other in the campaign, just messing around.
I'd make it maybe 3 or 4 levels playing with my friends before we're doing that.
3 or 4 is impressive.
True.
I would not make it 1.
True.
That's on a good day.
Yep. So, what right there, Nervy did a trick to just skip.
So input delay on LAN, I guess what I mean by input delay is like
The first spawn. Here,
there's a literal delay
to
before the game
jump
starts
up to
registering his inputs. Yes,
area.
even on
So
LAN.
it skips this area where another
I
drop
think
ship spawns
he
in
can
with
probably
more
speak to
enemies.
that.
And then Helpless just jumped off the edge so he can respawn. For
And he has a plasma
not
pistol.
only catching up with Nervy, but also getting a plasma pistol, which is one of the most powerful weapons in the game.
Okay.
Because just overcharging enemies
So Helpless has confirmed there was still a little bit of delay.
and just being able to headshot them with a pistol is the fastest way to kill them.
Yeah, to give a little more insight on that too, the plasma pistol, if you hold down the primary fire, charges up the shot. A fully charged shot will deplete an enemy's shield. Shields are kind of everything in Halo.
Stuff like
They'll,
this is why I was
basically
really
you're
happy
more
Briar
or
was on
less
our couch.
invulnerable, so to speak, until your shield
Exactly
breaks,
like
unless
this.
but there's minor exceptions to that. And once the shield
'Cause
breaks,
there's
if
stuff
you use a
that's
precision
so
weapon like the
automatic.
pistol, it'll just one-shot everybody.
There's stuff that's so automatic, and he just immediately latched
an
on.
enemy's shield. Shields are kind of
To the
everything in
shields.
Halo. They'll like basically you're more or less invulnerable, so to speak, until your shield breaks, but there's minor exceptions to that. And once the shield breaks, if you use a precision weapon like the pistol, it'll just one-shot everybody. And you can see that with some of the unshielded enemies like the grunts.
So,
But some of
like,
the bigger
yeah,
ones,
that
the
was
elites are
like-
gonna have those shields.
Yeah, and here you'll see some.
I fucking only had a needler. I forgot about this. I literally.
And you can see that with
So
some of
the only
enemies,
grunt with the plasma pistol was like over by this tree right here. So
like the grunts, but some of the bigger ones, like the elites, are gonna
all I had
have
were
shields.
needlers, so I'd like chase down the grunt.
Some small combat
Just
decisions
annoying.
that were routed out.
And then it went over
Basically,
there.
Nervy
Jesus.
takes care of the grunts on the left, while Helpless takes care of the elites on the right. And now we are killing our Marines here.
We're saving them.
Yeah, so
See, protect. We're protecting them. It's all good.
okay.
I got right side, by the way.
Okay.
What does that mean, right side?
This
Yes.
dropship's gonna come down.
I love the way you said that.
The way he said this.
What does that mean, right side?
Okay.
I got right side, by the way.
I got right side, by the way. Dude, I was dying.
Okay.
That was great. I love that.
What does that mean, right side?
This
Yes.
dropship's gonna come down.
I love the way you said that, by the way.
And basically, there's going to be 2 elites on this right side and a couple of grunts and jackals on that side. But because I have plasma grenades, I'm just going to stick these guys while he kind of takes care of them.
My Magnum
And
actually
this trick
cooperated.
coming up. I think Kronos remembers this one.
Yes.
So,
this trick is called,
I think it was AGDQ 2023 or 2022. Kronos didn't get drop skip and was getting the ship of a lifetime. The ship that like we usually skip. Oh my god.
drop.
I think Kronos remembers this one.
Yes.
I couldn't help it.
This trick is called,
I couldn't help putting you on the
drop skip.
spot, Kronos.
So
I'm
you
sorry.
need to be able to kill all the enemies as fast as possible in order to skip one of the drop ships that spawns in. Otherwise, they'll spawn in a bunch more enemies that are really annoying to deal with. So, a fun thing about co-op is generally it's a little bit easier because you have your partner there just to clear up for any stragglers. But either way, it's a pretty cool trick.
It's all in good fun.
I stopped jumping.
Oh yeah, I wanted to get this checkpoint
How
here.
much coordination does
which
this level
was-
take in
yeah.
particular, especially because there's
Definitely
I know there's
good
a lot
in
of
case we
triggers
didn't
or,
get drop
like,
skip.
timers that are going on with a lot of the drop ships.
Yeah, so you'll see sometimes where Nervy and Helpless will communicate on areas where they need to figure out. Sometimes, like, they've already planned it ahead, and it works out pretty solidly, I would say.
This drop skip
Yeah, I'm
was
just kind of
very
getting out of the way
clean.
right now because if I'm
Yeah.
in view of some of these Covenant, they'll kind of like latch onto me and they'll dive out of
Oh,
the
it
way.
changes their aggro?
And,
Yeah, it
okay.
was.
And right there, we're supposed to get another ship spawn, but I successfully got drop skip. So
Nice.
you kill those 2 ships back to back, you don't get that one.
So the reason, so someone asked, like the reason someone like the HUD is different. Who asked it? Someone asked it. Dotes. So yeah, his HUD is different, and my HUD is. So I have my HUD on auto, so I get the classic, and I get the remaster and remastered. Helpless just has remastered all the time. That's literally just a
That
setting
one
in the
is
game.
also the hardest drop ship, and due to some shenanigans, you don't always get that. So very happy I was able to get that.
Yeah, the level structure of this level in particular.
Whoa.
Oh my god. So
Yep.
you'll see my mouse hitch here.
The level structure of this level in particular.
I was having mouse issues the whole time too. Like for some reason my my like sensor was like, yeah, it was getting. I think Helpless has a G502. I have a G703. I think his was jamming mine somehow. Like we were just having like, because whenever he was doing something with his mouse is when I suddenly started having mouse problems. So I think we were like interfering, but only I was. It was
Okay, cool.
really
The
weird.
level structure of this level in particular
And it
is
just-
a lot different than I feel like.
It didn't
almost any
happen at all
other
during
level
Bull,
in
at
the game.
least,
Would
'cause
you
that would've
agree,
been really
Kronos,
bad.
Just due to like the way that you can kind of choose the objectives as in like your own order.
Yeah, so that's a major part here, where
He
we're
needs
going to
my frag
do-
grenades. That's why he
have
does
both
that.
players go to different objectives. So you'll see that later here.
Right.
And
Exactly,
meanwhile, we're
Luna.
just
Yeah,
waiting
crosstalk,
for
but
report
with
card.
that, it was.
So
I think. I
it's a
don't know.
Perfect time for donations.
Yeah, absolutely. A $20 donation from Sleek. Best of luck to Nervy D Rich and attendee number 1 on their co-op run. First floor skip
All right,
and instant rubble.
Attendee number 1, when Helpless came with me to SGDQ, literally the one right before this, SGDQ 2023, they didn't have his badge, so they gave him.
Also
So
from
they gave him the
Magic Man,
badge, which was
$117
attendee number
donation.
1.
Good luck on this legendary run. Time to make the donuts. a $50 donation.
They literally
from
gave him his badge.
Shoutout
Like they were
who
looking
says,
back and
"Did
they were
someone
like,
say
"Where's his
co-op
badge? Where's his badge?" Like they had to like look in the back for his badge. They never found it, despite the fact he registered at the same time I did, and I got my attendee badge. Because when you go to GDQ, you get a badge. You're either an attendee, a volunteer, or a runner. He didn't get any badge. They just didn't have any badges. So they gave him a badge, and I shit you not, it said attendee number 1. So he is now attendee number 1.
Here's 50 to PCF. My mom is currently a cancer
yeah,
patient
this-
in remission.
this janky.
Fearing it may one day return. Thank you, GDQ, for supporting this organization. Go Nervy, go Helpless. Shouts to Kronos and Bry on the couch. Sometimes I miss running this game. Kevin Turtle.
Kevin Turtle.
You should come back.
Yeah.
I feel like the Halo Rents community is at like, it's just always surging. Ever since MCC came to PC a few years ago,
Definitely.
Yeah.
done a lot of stuff for this game, or this whole community, I feel like.
Also have a $150 donation from Maxors. They say, after many late nights spent trying to beat Halo on Legendary as a teenager, I want nothing more than to see it being demolished by some excellent runners. Keep it coming, folks.
Here's
So right here, there's a trick coming up where Helpless is going to get off the turret here,
Zhong.
while Nervy's just driving against the wall, and that just flings Helpless all the way to the button on the bridge. And Nervy, meanwhile, gets to just drive back.
The sound
and
effects make
drive
it
across the
faster,
bridge
trust me.
while it is going up. So
Gotta wait a
normally,
second.
yeah. Normally in solo runs, you would have to do all of that by yourself, but because you're co-op, you're able to just split up the tasks.
And then we don't have to worry about Helpless basically being far apart from Nervy. When you, I guess I don't really know the technical mechanics of it, but basically when you're so far apart from somebody or when you hit another trigger, you'll just teleport.
It's yeah. When you hit a load zone specific.
This is like perfectly like what I mean. Like Kronos explained a trick, Bryo asked a question, I answered it, and like
So the
this was
levels
like
are
going on the
broken
whole
up into
time. We were just like
multiple
passing the
load zones.
commentary
So,
to
for
each other. It
example,
was
this
really
level has
good.
2 load zones, and it breaks right here, which teleports him over to me.
Nice.
There's a few exceptions where you won't teleport, but we'll get into that. We're going to abuse that.
And so here's where the kind of different objectives open up, right?
1,019,000 was the donation number. That'll
So
go way
there's,
up.
3 areas. There's cliff, there's rubble, and there's river. The way we complete the
Dude,
3
this run
areas is gonna be a
printed
little
money. Like,
unconventional,
we raised
but
so
are
much
gonna
during this
split up
run. It
here
was awesome.
For 1 second. He's going to go do cliff. I'm going to go do rubble, and then we're going to meet up at river. The way we're going to meet up is also going to be a little unconventional.
I'm excited.
Yep, so Helpless will get off the turret here and start walking to the cliff, I want to say.
Yep.
And then Nervy's going to just take the Warthog to the rock area, the rubble.
I am waiting here forever.
Oh,
I'm making
yeah.
sure these guys are saved.
Yes.
Saved.
Yeah, because you need to make sure that all of that happens. Otherwise, you could potentially have a soft lock. So playing it safe, just making sure all of the Marines are saved is
Here we go.
the best way to do that.
Definitely saving them, yeah.
Nervy's taking care of those Marines in that
And
area.
I was
Helpless is
waiting here
entering down to the
forever.
bottom
I'm waiting
here
until
and
they're
taking care
completely
of these
dead,
Marines at
making
the
sure.
bottom inside
I
this
was worried about
structure.
that. I was not letting a
there's an
needler
area where
ruin the
Nervy's
run here.
driving
So like if a needler gets like stuck in a human or like all the Marines don't die, it's a really bad situation. So
inside that
That's
rock
why I
area.
waited so
That's
long. I
just
was
due to
making
the trigger
sure.
to make sure that you've visited that area. So once he's done that, he's able to drive to the next one. And
something else that was kind of overlooked there. So Helpless, you saw, killed a jackal.
area?
The reason he's killing a jackal is it helps progress the scripts faster, and it makes sure that basically like it makes sure that we don't have any problems at river. So killing that one jackal just progresses the scripts to say, oh yeah, the
So
Marines are
once
dead.
he's done that,
You don't need to
he's
do
able
that
to drive
in
to the
solo,
next
but on
one,
co-op it's a
and
little
Helpless is
important.
just waiting
Not super
for-
important, but pretty
He's gonna
important.
teleport.
Yep.
So
All right, go ahead and teleport.
Uninstall your Minecraft account.
Something like that.
What? That was so loud.
Yep. So now they're in the final area of the game. Or of the mission. So
I really
we're just
hope they're
trying.
this is fully just a
we're
safety
just
strap, by the
driving
way.
in.
The
We
reason
just
I
have to
wait up
clear
on that
out all
hill
of
just
these
makes the section
enemies
go a
that are
lot
left
smoother.
over here. And yeah, just wait for the mission
Avoid
to
any
end.
drama.
And the reason that this works is because like failing the objective just counts as completing it, more or less, right? Okay.
Exactly.
Yeah,
That's
so
exactly
that's
right.
what we do for the first two. For this area, you do need to clear at least one area with all the enemies. So this one only has one dropship that spawns in. The rock area, for instance, has like 5 or 6. So that's why we choose to do this one last, because it's very few enemies.
Like literally almost 0 enemies, like just one
So
wave
right
and then a
here, last
dropship.
dropship.
Originally, this section was actually going to have 3 waves, but they cut one of the waves, so now there's only 2, and that's why it's actually so short. Originally, this section may actually have been bigger than Cliff, potentially, if we had that second wave,
Nervy's just
maybe.
going to
I'm not sure.
snipe all of
Depends
them,
on what they intended.
And Helpless is going to try to take care of the grunts if they
Uh-oh.
don't die.
That
I got-
should be fine.
Funny
Clean.
exit RNG
And
there.
that is Halo, the mission.
Nice.
There we go.
And I personally am praying for no game crash coming up here.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Okay, look.
And I
So Helpless
personally
drove the
am
hog out of the way.
Praying
He got
for no
out
game crash coming up.
and then went, actually, you know what?
That would be nice to see.
That's a,
I'm gonna
that's a
run him
tall
over.
order.
And he tried to run me over. Or at least tried to scare
Yeah, I'm
me.
glad to see that even in speedruns, you still have all like the co-op nonsense that you would do on your own in a casual play.
Yeah, we're just waiting for Fellhammer to arrive, so yeah.
Having a little fun with it.
And this next level is where Legendary.
Oh yeah.
Honestly, it's regarded as probably one of the, if not the best level to speedrun, specifically if it's on Legendary.
Yes, let's go.
This is where basically it's going to open up.
Very combat heavy. For
This
Probably one
level
of my
is
favorite missions
incredible.
in CE, like,
Oh, by the way, here was Tomato. That's why he came in. Like, whoa, you ran at GDQ? I had no idea.
I'm excited to see what y'all do here. I actually like haven't seen the intricacies of every single level of this run, so I am very stoked.
Nervy is definitely going to do the heavy lifting.
You got to keep the Marines alive. We're
And Helpless, you gotta stop selling yourself so short, man. I'm telling you.
Actually keeping them
You
alive
were a
this
big
time.
part of this run.
So right here, we need to keep the Marines alive.
Oh, Helpless had no audio at this point. I had Helpless's audio and he had no audio, right? Like they gave me his audio and then gave him no audio and they were like, oh, it's fine. Yeah, so that's why he died here.
Because in the next
Because he
section
couldn't
where there's
hear that he was
waves of
getting
enemies
shot or
coming
where all
down,
the enemies are.
if
Like
any of these early
being able to
Marines
listen
die
here is really
you get
important.
Reinforcements, which loses around a minute in time. So in order to save all the Marines, Helpless is going to stay behind and kill
right
all
here.
of them. So he's going to stay,
got by.
make sure all the Jackals and Grunts are dead, while Nervy's going to push forwards,
Yeah, so he's getting shot from behind him, but he can't hear anything.
similar to the solo route.
Did I have double audio? I didn't have double audio. I had Helpless's audio. I did not have mine, and Helpless had no audio. So right there, him dying
He's
right
going to
here,
push forwards,
over here on the left,
similar to the solo route.
that is that's he had no audio. He couldn't hear where like all the enemies were, so he just
How big of an
died.
issue is that death?
About 40 seconds.
We'll see.
Okay, okay.
But somehow the Marines survived, so it didn't matter.
Okay, so right here,
Spoiler
they're just
alert.
going to start making their way forward to the lift fight, and here
My
there's a
mouse
lot of
being funny
combat
again.
sequences. So it's
My
going to
mouse has
be
not been doing that at all
pretty
since then, so it's
precise.
kind of
There's
funny.
a lot of enemies, so it's very scary.
How much of this is like practice combat scenarios, and how much of it
That
is
was
like
such a good
improv and
question.
organized chaos, so to speak?
It's a flowchart. It's basically
That is like a really good question, and yeah,
Scenarios,
I
and
think
how
I
much
say
of
it's
it
a
is, like,
flow chart.
improv and organized chaos, so to speak.
it's a flowchart. It's basically
Okay.
pre-prepared. You basically play the game until you've seen every way that these enemies will align themselves. And I mean, there's some improv,
It's
of course.
so many hours to do it that cleanly. Like you watch like a newer runner, because I remember very vividly when I first learned this level, like this whole section at the outside portion is an absolute nightmare when you're first learning it.
generally, you can
And it
get
really
away
is
out of
like, it really is just that flow chart.
jam.
Yep, so right here, Nervy's throwing the plasma to kill 2 elites as they come in.
Or I'll kill neither.
But they spawn
Of course.
very weirdly.
Oh my god. And then the towel goes and cleans them up.
And now they have to kill all of these grunts and jackals and that one elite up top. I believe there's 10.
Right here.
all the way up front.
This is where actually I noticed that something was off with my aiming. I was at 1.6 sensitivity. I'm supposed to be at 2.1, and it was actually this section that I noticed my aiming felt very off. Like something's wrong. It was this section where I noticed it. But I thought maybe it was just the weird mouse pad I was on, the different environment. No, I was on the wrong sensitivity.
Coming up is and coming up is easily the best part.
Oh
of the
yeah, the
speedrun.
lift
Hopefully
fight.
I get it nice and clean.
Good luck. I have like an idea of what's coming, so.
Yeah, so I'll keep quiet because this is the most intense combat section.
I love this part. Right here too, like I was like, something's wrong with my aiming. I didn't know what it was. Oh, and then my mouse started being weird. Holy shit. I forgot about that. How'd this happen? I gotta see this from your perspective. So, oh my, no way. So here's what happened. Here's what happened. So I threw my frag. He jumped up here. The frag blew up. Here it is, right here, the plasma. You can see it right here. I'm circling it. That's gonna blow up and then chain react these two up here. Holy shit.
Chain react.
You did not just get chain react. It's all right, I got him.
That's incredible.
There we go.
That is actually incredible.
So that is a very, very difficult section. There's 8 waves of just non-stop enemies that you need to place grenades very precisely to kill. And nice double snipe.
I feel like the team kill is a bonus there too. That was sick.
I was talking to him beforehand. I'm like, don't get chain reacted like last time.
We got chain reacted. I think he got chain reacted in one of our runs. I don't remember if it was record or the run died. And I was like, don't let that happen at GDQ.
Yeah, if there are
Jokingly,
any,
of course,
on the floor, other explosions can cause them to chain react, which is a very infamous mechanic, especially.
Oh, you got the, yeah, Marine survived, which is great. Yeah.
Whoa.
Oh, are y'all doing the Wraith push thing or whatever?
So right here, this is a big trip called Belly Skip. So
I love
Nervy's going
Cambid
to be
setup here.
teleporting out of bounds here by using some very precise lineups to upwarp out of the raid.
Oh, there it is again. The freaking sound effects. The zoop.
And some very precise lineups to upwarp out of the wraith. And he's going to just
Oh my
make his
God.
way past this belly of the beast section.
Oh,
of
it
the game
hitched
where
here,
there's
right?
10 waves of enemies.
It's hard to
This
see, but
belly
if you look closely, you'll see it hitch for 1 second.
Section of the game where there's
Right
10
there, see it
waves of
hitch? That threw me off so much. I was not expecting that to throw me off that much, but it did.
Oh,
And yeah,
yep,
Got a weird
that
stutter
slight
there.
hitch just ruined it.
That's why we get that checkpoint.
yep.
Pretty good checkpoint, honestly, too. We just get to hear the elite going again. I'm happy right now.
Yeah, so Nervy's just doing some very precise platforming. It's kind of weird with how
You didn't help
the
them?
geometry is. Yeah, help this. You're just
The
sitting there
shader cat.
invisible.
Also, just as a side note, I would love if we can get some donations to make Mello do elite noises.
Oh,
That would make me so happy.
yeah.
This was so great. The elite noises.
Nervy just jumped back in bounds.
Dude, look at this. 72,000? How? What the?
Then completed belly skip. So
Oh, nice. All right.
Yeah, we're done. Yeah, blink and you'll miss it. Blink and you'll miss it.
That's a
I
very
feel like
big skip, right? That's
didn't
another-
Humble Bundle donate like a lot of money at some point? Maybe that was it.
Well,
Yeah,
something that was
you-
found in the
let's
last
see.
couple of years.
Just, yeah,
I'm
save
mistaken,
humans.
is like a wave fight. It's like 8 to 10 waves or something.
But wait, there's more.
Ah,
Yeah,
okay.
so coming up right here is Quad Stack, which is a development from TNR Stack, which was done before, where we only went up to the 2nd floor. But now we're going all the way.
I tried to
TNR Stack,
melee
which
this
was done
grunt.
Before, where we only went
I
up
just
to the
missed.
2nd floor. But now we're going all the way to the top by throwing some very, very precise grenades while moving. And by doing this, we can stick
Oh.
ourselves go all the way to the top.
Nice.
Oh, man.
Nice.
Yeah, and that works because of some temporary invulnerability you get when you pick up the overshield power-up. So we definitely get a lot of use out of that.
You'll notice the overshield power up for future tricks. It's like a little box with an orange square.
That was
in
a
the middle
fat
for
dono.
future reference.
Yep, so from here, it's pretty much all combat.
That was sick.
Lots of enemies to kill in these last
Oh, I almost, dude. I was not expecting
That was sick.
Helpless
Lots
to
of
run
enemies to
over
kill
here
in
to the
these.
right like that. So I threw a frag at the jackal to try to kill him, and okay, I did blow you up a little bit, but it was fine.
It's all right, we're good.
Yep, and we're just making our way to Keys in the prison because we need to release him since he got captured.
Yeah, that was the whole point of this mission, was like basically one of the main human generals got captured and we're on a rescue op, more or less.
Yeah,
We're gonna rescue him.
quite a few times.
Rescue.
There's no way you're gonna kill Keys.
Protect.
Okay. This is very ominous. I love during the combat scenarios just how
He's a
much
general.
like, silent communication I'm witnessing. Like, I really get a respect for just how much y'all have played together.
There
and the way
really
that
is a
you
lot of
navigate
it.
these various
Like
combat
this room in particular,
sections.
like we discussed.
Like that.
We just basically all these rooms we discussed like beforehand what our roles are, and then we just trust each other to do our roles, and so like we don't even need to talk anymore for these rooms because we already know what the other person's going to
Well,
do
well,
every
well.
time.
I'm gonna get those nades out of the way because chain reactions.
Wow.
All right, we're gonna rescue him.
Oh my god.
Dude, that
rescue him.
scream.
Oh my god.
I was hoping for that scream.
These sound effects are
I
terrifying.
was very much hoping for it.
Yeah, so right here, a unique co-op strat that we're doing right here is Nervy's going to make his way similar to the solo run to the bridge section. And basically he's going to
What? Look at that smile. Look at this smile. Beautiful.
do all the killing of these enemies here to basically clear out everything that's left. And Helpless is staying back with the Marines so they don't progress. And by doing this,
They just
he's going to deload their AI.
You may kill them.
Yeah, so by killing them and progressing far enough, which Nervy has, Keys is angry at Helpless right now for killing all the Marines. And yeah, he's just
And
not
that's
doing
it.
anything.
The level
because he's
ends.
Happy. He's got a smile on his face.
got a
Yeah,
nice
he's
little
very
smile.
happy about what just happened.
Nicely done.
So the semantics were too complicated for a GDQ run, but basically that quad nade that we did back in the hangar skipped a bunch of triggers. That kind of puts the game in a state, like basically a bugged state where the game ends right there instead of later on like it's supposed to. I should do a video on that at some point, honestly, because it's
This is my vacation. You're
very
doing
funny
that.
semantics there.
Do y'all like kind of like have different roles for different map levels rather?
Yep.
Pretty much, yeah.
That's cool. That's
It'd be a
cool.
good short video,
Yeah,
like a
so
nice 5 to
this
7
is
minute
Silent
video.
Cartographer, very famous mission for speedrunning Halo.
In general.
And, yeah, for this
I am
run,
also
it
so happy this
actually
worked
is
second
more
try. Oh my
effective
God.
for player 2 to do this level since they spawn closer to the Warthog, which we need to get to.
And
So-
he's also the world record holder for this level, so I'm letting him do this.
Yeah.
Okay, now the pressure's on.
Casual fun.
No pressure.
Had to put some pressure on him, yeah.
So Helpless is just going to make the way similar to the solo route where you're going to pick up the Warthog, which is flipped over all the way at the opposite side of the island. Nervy's just going to have fun here.
I'm just getting some nades.
Yep. And yeah, this would be a brilliant time for some donations while we wait for Helpless to make his way.
Absolutely. Well, hey, some of our more observant viewers might have noticed a massive jump in the tracker just now. And I
Nice,
just
this
have to
was it.
say that I'm very honored to announce that Humble Bundle has donated
That is so much money.
$51,578.
That's so much
That's
money.
insane. That's so
I saw
Thank
it
you so
jump
much
up
for that
suddenly, so I
generous
guess, yeah.
donation. And the comment reads, midweek donation from Humble Bundle. AGDQ 2024 Games Bundle runs through January 25th. Make sure to go and check that out, everyone.
That bundle rips, by the way. It was really
Oh,
good.
yeah.
Yeah, lots of good games.
Shout out Humble Bundle.
Do I have time for one or two more?
Got time for one more?
One more? Okay, cool. How about this? $25 from River. They say shout out to Kronos on the couch.
Dude, Mello was an amazing host, by the way. Mello is a very talented host. Like that, like
My favorite Halo CE runner. Can't wait for some of my favorite glitches in CE.
Thanks. Anyways, Helpless
Yes, Mello is the dono reader.
Making his way down to one of the most popular tricks in the speed run, which is the door fling for SC. And basically, this door is supposed to close on you and not let you go through. But instead, by
We have a
using
car.
Warthog,
We do
you're just
indeed
able
have a
to
car.
Flip through, and yeah.
That's a classic. I love this upcoming segment too.
Yeah, so Helpless is making the fast way down by dropping all the way down to the bottom of the button. Nervy's just moving the car away since we're going to go back all the way up to the top.
Oh, you haven't
And
seen
Here
this
it
yet.
comes.
I have not seen this yet.
Oh, no.
I thought it was going to be
co-op
stick
trick
stack,
here.
but I'm not really sure.
Kind of.
Okay.
Here it
This is one
is.
of, well, I'm not, I guess I don't know what's about to happen.
Well, we're going to do the regular stick stack, except there's going to be a 7th grenade.
2 stickies.
Not enough.
Just so close, man.
Okay,
Oh
okay.
my god.
Close.
Okay.
That's
this
all
is
right.
very difficult. It's hard to time these grenade throws, especially in co-op. So let's hope it works this time.
I think it can't believe this works second try.
That looks good.
That.
Let's
Oh man.
go!
God, that's so cool. That's so cool.
That looks good.
Oh,
Let's
I'll take
go!
God, that's so high.
that is an amazing trick. Generally in solo runs, you can't do that in full games since
Yeah.
it's very
Second try was really big. Yeah, I remember like in practice, that shafted stack took like 6 or 7 tries. It was actually ridiculous. Like it took so long. So I'm really happy it worked like first try here. So yeah.
very, very difficult.
Anyway,
to
we get an
that
eighth nade.
right.
Honestly,
In co-op,
7
you
nades
have
is
the
optimal.
extra
Is like
grenade and
7 nades is like the perfect amount. Any more nades and like things start to get wonky. Just doing that second stick is really just
has just enough
The cleanest
momentum
way to do it.
get you all the way to the top.
That is wild. I mean, I can't. I feel like that trick really speaks for itself with just how difficult it is with like the pistol timing for the lineup and all this. Man,
Yeah.
one of my
These
favorite
elites were
tricks
being
in any
annoying.
speed game ever.
Yeah. It's just so cool to see.
They can't come over here, so it's just.
Oh, is there AI like block or something?
Yeah,
Oh,
it is.
interesting.
They all just group up in that one spot where you can just
Yeah.
headshot them.
big old
Sample
chain
chain
reaction.
reactions right there.
We're about done with Silent Cartographer at this point, right?
Yeah,
We
that's
are.
it. So just get on
And that's
with the
it.
Pelican, and we're out.
Off to assault on the control room. Very nice.
And here's another, coming up is another legendary exclusive trick as well. Really a dress rehearsal for a run, or excuse me, a trick that's coming up soon. Stay tuned, we'll get there in a sec.
But yeah, coming up right here is a very co-op exclusive trick. You can do it somewhat in solo, but it's very, very different.
Don't do
So
it.
yeah, don't do it in solo. But in co-op, this is an absolutely amazing trick.
Really,
so
you think
can't
SG
wait
is the
to see
coolest
it right
speed
here.
run? Interesting. Okay.
We're gonna do a safer version of it because I really enjoy having checkpoints.
Yeah.
Checkpoints are good.
I'm very glad that
Yep,
the
so we're
checkpoint
just
trigger
making our
worked
way
here.
Through these early hallways here. It's really nice in
Hey,
co-op.
get 'em.
Tao, clean up the
Oh, God,
mess.
this run. There we go. Oh god. All right.
That's about all the combat on this level.
Really?
One room.
Yeah.
We're at the start, but okay.
Well, there's kind of some.
I guess heroic too. Yeah,
So Helpless
whatever.
is going to hang back here just to.
This
not
trick is
break
legendary and heroic exclusive. There, it sounded cooler to say
Banshee's AI that
legendary
is coming
exclusive.
in.
So.
And
whatever.
Nervy's going to do a trick very popular called, what is it, Banshee Grab. So he's going to crouch at a specific time, move in a very specific direction, and the elite jumps out of the Banshee.
Wow.
So Helpless is going to get in the Banshee and park it.
The load zone geometry out of bounds here is very weird. By the way, very different from two betrayals.
Going to go
Helpless,
and do a fling
yeah,
out of bounds
definitely
by clipping
can
through
probably
the
tell you
ceiling.
more about that, but.
And Nervy's
It's very weird. I think if he just runs forward, it loads in, if I recall, or he like crouches in a very weird way. But
going to
yeah,
get back in the
this
Banshee
trick is wild.
and just wait for
Give me 1
Helpless.
second. Gotta.
Oh, shader cache. Yep.
Go.
And
Yeah, he like crouch. Okay.
yeah, So Helpless
But I
hits
think
the
I-
load zone.
I
Nervy's
believe the second he jumps onto this pillar is when it loads, which is very different from how TB is. So he has to like stop right here and he can't jump over there quite yet. But yeah, the way that this one works is, so I'm at the very edge of the load zone. So he's out of bounds and the game wants to teleport me to him, but it can't find where to put me. So it just doesn't teleport me, and usually this would result in a Banshee store or like the game would store me in the future load zone and it would kill me and a bunch of weird stuff happens. Because I'm on the very edge of the load zone here, it doesn't store me. It still registers me as part of the old load zone, so it just lets me go, and I'm just out of bounds, which is I don't know how else to explain it. That's kind of what happens.
Nervy's
It's really funky.
Completely out of bounds. This is what it looks like, but new graphics lets us see things. So
Yeah, when you switch to old
must fly through
graphics.
The reason this happens is this is an exception to that load zone thing. The game wanted to teleport me over to him, but he's out of bounds. It doesn't know where to put me, so it just doesn't. And I do it right on the edge of that load zone, which lets me just get right out of bounds. So
Yes, if I switched to old graphics here, you'd see
I'm
nothing.
gonna take a
This
little
is
indirect
like
route. There's a nice little checkpoint trigger over here.
this. I was worried about this checkpoint trigger. I originally thought you had to open the door to get it, but this checkpoint trigger is just active the whole time, which is really nice for marathons. I go through that, and now I have a checkpoint queued up and ready to go, and it doesn't time out either. I can take as long as I want.
To hit this geometry. Yeah, there's no
Which
like
is very
quick save
nice.
function or anything like this in this game. You're reliant on when the game allows you to save, basically.
All right, load me back.
Save function
There's another sound
or
effect.
anything like this in this game. You're reliant on when the game allows you to save, basically.
Load me back in.
There we go.
Yep.
There we
So-
go.
That was awesome.
And there we
That
go.
was so cool.
Yeah, so Nervy's just making his way all the way to the end of the mission. You'll notice that none of these enemies are spawning in. That's
I
because
heart
we skipped
HR, yeah.
a lot of triggers
Like that.
earlier on, which spawn in the enemies. But normally you're required to hit triggers to end the missions and stuff. But in this game, for this mission in particular, you just have to
That
hit
looks
a
so
button
good.
at the very end, and that finishes the
I'm glad you did that, help, because my handwriting is horrible.
mission, which is loaded in. So it's
That
very
is-
convenient.
That is not the case for the backwards version of this level.
Yeah, which is very unfortunate.
Yeah,
Later-
so Assault in the control room, the only thing you need to do to end the level is hit the button at the very end, which opens up the control room. That's really all you have to do. There's one more thing, but you do it anyway. So all you have to do is open up the door, and it ends the level. On 2 Betrayals, we have to hit every single trigger in sequence to progress the level. You can't just fly directly to the 3 fusion generators, which kind of sucks.
Yeah, as you'll see,
So, yeah.
Fortunate. I actually really like it.
As
a lot
you'll-
of people disagree.
as you'll see as we get to the later levels in the game, most of what's like the final 3 or 4 missions are basically just this like copy paste of previous missions in terms of level design, but with different objectives and new enemies.
Yeah, so coming up right here, Nervy's bringing the Banshee indoors for a trick. So he's going to fly it to a very specific spot to do something we call a Banshee teleport.
Shoutouts to Burnt and G-Pro, I believe. The game doesn't like it when you intersect with things.
Yep, and
So
that
cool, man.
teleports you very far distances by meleeing the Banshee in very specific spots.
I wish there was like a better way to visualize or explain just how far that teleport is. I don't think people realize just how far that telly is. It's kind of ridiculous.
Yeah, it's hard to understand where
Yeah,
we
I mean,
skipped, but we skipped around a minute.
The
of-
main punching angles were found by Burnt. Okay, 43 units. I wish that meant something. I don't know what that means. I know a unit is very far in this game, but yeah.
walking.
That's
with
wild.
That teleport.
'Cause,
Oh,
just-
so we were going to show the Easter egg, the Siege of Madrigal Easter egg, which you can get by flying up to the top. But because of all the audio issues and whatnot, we just decided to scrap it. I just looked at it and we were
a
like,
layman's eye,
nah.
It looks like y'all just kind of went in the door and went back out, more or less.
Yep. And same thing right here.
And so this one, I actually melee a little bit higher here, and that gives me a shorter
And do the
teleport.
same
So puts me right in
setup.
here instead of way off, and I fall off the map.
Melees
Nice.
and press the button.
And that button's all you gotta
That's
do.
the end of
That's the
AOTCR.
only thing that needs to happen.
Wow.
quick note for our lovely tech crew. I think I have Helpless's audio on my headset.
This is when I realized,
it's
yeah.
fine for now, but I will need mine.
Well, I realized it sooner, but that was just when I decided to say
Helpless, Thank
something.
you for joining me. It was lovely to have you. Thank you so much. Don't need you anymore. You just want to.
I think the reason this went wrong is he switched his weapon, I think. If you look right here on the left. No, maybe not.
Later.
It just didn't throw the nade. Interesting. I thought I switched weapons, but he didn't. So what he's supposed to do is throw a grenade, and when he throws a grenade, it cancels the getting out of the pelican animation. So there's like, you wait there for a second, then you get out, but if you throw a nade, that getting out never happens because it literally just cancels the animation, and you end up staying on the pelican. So we were doing a bit there, but then he got out.
But you messed it up.
Oh no.
But I think this was
He
funnier.
was supposed to stay on the Pelican.
And then you were on the pelican.
Oh no, he's staying on the Pelican.
All right. This
So
works. This
I
is-
think this
on the
ended up being
Pelican.
funnier,
I mean,
honestly.
I did mean that, but
Yeah.
I think that ended up being funnier, honestly.
So the vibe I'm getting is that this is basically a solo level, more or less.
kinda, yeah.
Kind of.
basically.
Okay.
Well,
Well,
that's
there goes that.
but yeah, Nervy's just making his way down to the interior section. Did
you'll-
a small plasma grenade jump.
And
but-
you'll probably remember this level being the big build-up, the big reveal of Halo CE, the Flood. And the reveal is, in my opinion, one of the greatest moments in
Very
gaming.
good level.
We're gonna
Absolutely.
completely skip the
Absolutely.
reveal, so you're not gonna see it, but it's really cool.
Yeah, this level, as far as the lore goes, is there's this kind of like parasitic zombie. I don't know if you call it a race of people, but it's just this like I don't know this what you would call it, but any faction.
The
Yeah, the
Flood.
Flood, and they exist. They're like imprisoned here, and we've
I
released
am
them.
out of bounds, by the way.
Yeah. So Nervy's doing a trick called reveal skip, which is skipping that entire section where we
Zoom.
get to know
Yeah.
about.
There it is,
Trick
zoom.
called reveal skip, which is skipping that entire section where we get to
Love the
know
sound
about.
effects.
Locked door right there. So at this point, the game assumes you've hit the Flood reveal. So the Flood.
All
are
right,
just
G
gonna
Pro.
come
Not
here.
not everyone knows precisely where the flood came from. They're just, they're space zombies.
Yep.
All that buildup skipped.
All that builds up.
All that build up gone.
How many out of bounds tricks like that did MCC like enable for y'all?
Not too many. A lot of these were done in the Gearbox version way back then. It's just that because of new graphics, a lot of out-of-bounds tricks that require seeing the geometry from out of bounds are able to be done only on MCC.
Camo Jumo. Oh my god, I
So
think
you'll
my,
start seeing
my
the
mouse
bounds?
stuttered here a little bit. Look at my mouse.
Are able to be done only on MCC.
See that? That wasn't
you'll start seeing
like
the
a
Flood
video
showing up
glitch. That was
now.
my mouse stuttering
Nice
again.
Camo. And
Fun story about Camo Jumo. It was originally called Camo Jump, but I believe it was, who was it? Svo, Savu?
Someone.
in Garish's chat.
Someone in Garish's chat. I'm gonna get flagged for that.
Someone in Garish's chat.
Accidentally misspelled jump.
I think it's a
as
hive
Jumo,
mind constructed
and
from dust, that an ancient
like
race.
Most things
Yeah.
I feel like in speedrunning, like one thing happens. Now it's just Camo Jumo.
That is like, yeah, like one little meme happens and people just run with it. I don't know.
It just takes.
I think we all just have ADD or something.
Yep, so Nervy's just making his way to do another Camo Jumo. This is a safety strat. Just skips a lot of enemies that spawn in this last elevator here instead of pressing the bridge button.
The things that spawn all these enemies right here is tied to this bridge button, so if you never press it, they never come. You also get this music line for the whole rest of the time, so there's some trade-offs.
Double
Does Helpless have any role here
Jumo.
right now, or is it?
Yep.
I'm gonna be a meat shield in about 5 seconds.
Yeah. Okay, so we're making our way out of 343 here. The last thing we need to do in this mission is to kill, basically, there's 4 different ending conditions, but only 2 of them are available on Legendary.
Man, they really wanted to talk to you there. So if we shoot them, they follow it.
And they didn't follow us, yep.
In theory, if we shoot them, they follow
Classic, classic.
But yeah, for ending this mission, we either have to kill all of the Flood in this end sequence, or we could just kill the 2 Sentinels that spawn in at the end.
us.
So,
Woo, more team killing, yay!
so we're just
Oh,
going to
man.
make our way through all these Flood It's a very scary section in solo, but in co-op...
Yeah,
just having
in
an
co-op,
extra
this
teammate
really
to clear
is
out
not a
enemies
problem
is
at all.
Really nice.
Solo, this section is awful. Absolutely awful.
The Sentinels, we got one. It is RNG where they spawn. That other one's pretty good, though.
I can't believe we both
Oh my
missed
God,
this
I can't.
Sentinel. That is
Tree? Okay.
not hard to
Oh,
miss.
God. Oh.
Or excuse me, it is hard to miss. It's really hard to miss that tree Sentinel.
we're
You
good.
gotta like really
And
get out of the
that'll
way.
end the level just like that.
Nice.
So, this
It's
level...
everyone's favorite level.
Funny story, we actually got world record in the practice room on this.
We did get world record in the practice room. We weren't recording, but we did get co-op ledge world record in the practice room.
That's sick.
So maybe we'll see another one.
Yeah, we'll see.
Hopefully.
Maybe we'll see another one.
This,
Yeah,
this,
right here.
this level's a casino, though. And
It definitely has a reputation both in the speedrun and with casual play. To say the least, I think that's an understatement.
so this flood's pretty important. He's a special flood. Basically, each flood in the game has a 40% chance to be what we call a reviver, which means when their health drops down below 30%, they play dead. When they play dead, they lose collision. When they get back up, they regain it. Game doesn't like when two things intersect, so when they get back up, it'll teleport us forward a short distance. This flood, due to some shenanigans, is a guaranteed reviver. So, I'm going to, come on, shoot him twice for him to play dead.
I made a video on all that if you want to know more.
I'm on top of him, he'll regain collision, and we skip the door.
Nice.
I'm gonna do another little trick here to do another teleport.
Hey-o.
Because there's a little trigger right there that's going to spawn in a bunch of enemies. Because I skipped that, there's going to be absolutely 0 enemies on this first floor. However, that trigger is required, so Helpless is now hitting his end.
Yeah,
of the
so
required-
there's only 2 triggers that you need to hit there to get Spark to open up the door. So Helpless specifically like hit that first one and then walked all the way around to hit that second one. Like if you look here, see how he runs
Some
over here
shenanigans is a
to hit
guaranteed
this
revival.
first one right here to get Spark to move, and then he goes all the way over here to get Spark to move again.
hitting his end.
And if you do it this way, you end up skipping all the spawns. There's a trigger in between those 2 triggers that winds up like spawning in all the enemies, which make like this is one of the hardest sections in the game on Legendary.
of the required
So and
triggers.
thanks to
Basically, get
that.
door to open in the safest way possible, and he's gonna hit that.
So thanks
for
to that,
me.
he has no
Well,
enemies
I'm
here,
just
and he
gonna-
won't have any enemies at the door. But Spark
Yep.
will open it for him.
Yeah, you can't
And
do this in
yeah,
solo, right?
and that trigger that I skipped to get a nice clear area. The reason why that trigger is required. So the elevator, the level actually will progress like normal over here if you don't hit this trigger. Like what I mean is the elevator will go up, but the second you get to second door, you don't get Spark and you don't get any spawns, so you can't get past the door. So this, yeah. So but skipping it makes this clear of enemies, but we do need Helpless to go and hit it.
So this is a very
That's kind of
cool,
the
unique
shenanigans
co-op
going on there.
OS. Oh God, we didn't run the patcher, did we?
thing. Oh,
I did.
Oh,
okay.
I didn't.
We'll see.
Shit.
It should be fine.
I'll just run it.
Yeah.
So, a trick that's coming up, there's a chance that the game can crash, which a community member, Scales, actually dove really deep into the game to figure out
Really
why
deep.
that happens, and made a community-approved patcher that removes that crash, and it's really been a boon because it wasn't just this trick. We found it was other tricks too, just a constant random chance for things to crash. So the fact that that's just
I can't
gone
believe
now
we
has
found
been a huge
the glitch.
boon.
Honestly, that was actually insane. So right here, Helpless hit the trigger that was right here, or rather, it's probably a bit further back. Yeah, the door opened right here is where the trigger is, so he hits that. So that's gonna let.
On now has been a huge boon.
I'm well gone, but that one singular trigger right there
So we're
fixes the
making
second
our way
floor.
to
That's
that
why we need to hit
right
it.
Now it's at the
But
top
I'm
of
already
this
well gone.
elevator right here.
I just patched during.
There it is.
Yeah,
I'll just run
Nervy's
that.
just going to
Just
run
gonna-
a patcher really quick.
Good.
Speed patch.
HR patcher.
And here we are. This is the second floor. So Nervy's going to have quite a bit of fun. This
Oh
is a
yeah,
very
right.
orange-
I totally forgot. I totally forgot about the shotgun.
And here we are.
Because I patched the game and I was like focused on that, and I just went ahead.
Nervy's going to have quite a bit of fun. This is a very...
And I forgot. Oh my god, are you like trying to get my attention too, right? Right here?
So Nervy's going to have quite a bit of fun.
He like
This
poked
is a
me.
very RNG trick.
Oh,
coming up.
well, yeah, sorry, hold on, I gotta kill him. Thank you.
What was the purpose of that?
I wanted a shotgun.
I mean, that's what you do in co-op.
That's what you. That's literally what you
You
do.
have the power weapon. I want...
That was good.
What was the purpose?
Thank you.
What was the purpose of that?
I wanted a shotgun.
I mean, that's what you do in co-op.
That's what.
Yeah,
that's literally
honestly.
You
what
have
you
the
do.
power weapon. I want the power weapon.
I think I honestly, I'm gonna watch it one more time. I honestly think this is my favorite moment in the whole run.
The pur-
just-
RNG trick
Oh,
coming up.
what?
Just
Yeah,
this
sorry, hold
whole
on, I gotta
moment,
kill him.
I think was my favorite part.
Thank you.
What was the purpose of that?
I wanted a shotgun.
I mean, that's what you do in co-op.
That's what you. That's literally what you
You have the
do.
power weapon. I want the power weapon. Okay, so right here, this is the
I
trick.
swear to God, if this works, I'm gonna be so mad. Fine.
No shit.
It worked. It worked.
I
That is a-
I knew right here. I knew I had it before I even looked to the left. Right here, right there, I knew I had it. I knew I had it. Right here, I knew it. You can see,
Fine.
you see me going fine before I even turned up and saw.
It worked. It worked. That is a very RNG trick, and it works.
That trick is the bane of a CE runner's existence. It's about a 1 in 7 chance to hit that bump, and yeah, it's required for world record, and you basically have to play perfectly up until this point, and you're more than likely your run's gonna die.
This game
that door.
is taunting me. Every single marathon I
Oh,
have
man.
ever done,
Everyone.
I have gotten it, and I cannot get it in a run.
Yeah. Yeah.
Every single
Okay.
one,
And
man.
I've tried a lot.
That I have.
Honestly, I don't know what you're complaining about. I think getting in a marathon's sick.
It is, but you know.
I get it.
Okay, so right here, Nervy's just doing a grenade jump through the
Yeah,
door.
Helpless is
Generally,
supposed
you
to
would have
die there.
wait for the door to open, but just
to
going
teleport
through it like
along.
that is a lot faster. And we're going to the rocket flood hallway, which is probably the hallway where you're most likely to die in the speedrun, since there's a rocket flood that just shoots randomly, and yeah, it's very annoying to deal with sometimes.
Yeah, definitely. Carriers too. It's. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, it gets messy really quick.
This section is it's just super easy to die, and I'm honestly surprised we didn't. Because of this part
music
coming
will
up.
Probably stop. I think.
Right here.
Here they are.
When I threw it and it bursted my frag grenade back, this is like one of the worst case scenarios in the game. Because there's a glitch we didn't talk about, which is when you kill a carrier on when you the player kill a carrier on legendary, its explosion damage does less than when they just die naturally or when something else kills them. So this rocket flood blasting all these carriers around, like all these carriers are going to be dropping down doing full damage. As opposed to if my frag blew up instead, all the carriers would drop down doing less than half damage. So this was actually a pretty bad situation, but it ended up working out.
Do we have time for any donations before this level ends, or?
Absolutely. In fact, now's a good time.
Okay, yeah, fantastic. Yeah, well,
This
I would like
part.
to point everybody's donation briefly to the Pet the Cat incentive, because cats are cute and adorable. We're over halfway there, 51%. That's for Viewfinder. And Brian Otto, I thought we were friends. Because I have all these donations that I need to read that I'm not happy
This
with.
part.
All right, let's start with this one. We have $7 from Doctors. Oh my God, PhD. They say, ah, whoa, baba.
Yes, that's actually pretty good.
Thank you. We have $25 from M Sparky, who says, bark, bark, bark.
Burp, burp, burp.
Was that a dog or an elite?
It was an elite.
Okay.
Bow wow. Listen, I got that dog in me. $25 from Silver Inferno. $25 from Silver Inferno, who says, Grah!
That was actually pretty good.
I died.
We gotta. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was solid.
That was actually really good.
That was like not bad. I'm impressed, frankly.
Okay, so coming up.
Oh my
next-
God.
Hallway.
Yeah.
I love it. It's great.
Yeah, so this hallway is pretty annoying.
This hallway is-
enemies can drop grenades.
This hallway is literally called Cancer Hallway, by the way.
And they cause chain reactions with their grenades, which really blow up in random ways that very
Oh,
annoying
blow me
sometimes.
up. All right.
There was no Warvid. Very true.
Yep. But yeah, coming up right here is an RNG door called Dark Door. Very annoying door to deal with because we need to rely on the 40% chance that this next flood coming up here is a reviver flood. So
I think we got this first try, right?
Here to hopefully get
There you
it.
go.
And we're going
wanna
to
say
be
yes.
trying this until we get it. So let's see how many tries it takes.
Yep.
And it's first try, of course.
Yes. Okay.
Let's go.
This is a pretty good library. I certainly hope nothing goes wrong.
This library, by the way, is easily a world record pace right
Yeah,
now.
this is
Oh.
definitely
Yep.
world record.
It was.
comfortable.
It was very,
Yeah.
very, like, we could have just had regular, like, we could just, like, not good RNG from here on out and it would still record.
It's comfortable.
Yeah.
Of course it is.
Yeah, we won't know what the time is at the very end, but for those of you at home or at haloruns.com, shout out to haloruns.com.
HaloRuns.com? What is that?
Yeah.
The home of Halo Runs?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
There's supposed to be enemies here, but the trigger that spawns them in doesn't actually extend
Tragic.
all the way, so we can just kind of jump along the right and just nice and just makes it a lot easier.
I believe that in particular was found by accident too. Getting like no enemies there. I believe that was found by accident.
And we're just gonna
Drop skip was another thing back on Halo. Drop skip was another trick that was found completely
How
by
many more
accident.
barriers are there to like your world record pace right now?
Okay, so
Two.
Yeah,
Two.
two more. So coming up right here about is something called light bump, which is a trick that was discovered very late. Before we used to rely on RNG to get through this door, but
Yep.
instead we're going to use a set of teleports to go through this door
Shout out
instead.
to Burnt and I think G-Pro.
Yep.
Those two have found a lot
G
of
Peril.
things.
Yeah, lots of runners in the community. So
And
right
here we
Nervy's going to
go,
clip through this
light
door by
boomo.
Standing at a spot, is going to get
Yeah.
into position, warp
So this
upwards
trick.
on top of the door. It's going to jump to this light.
Was finicky,
and
wasn't
he's
it?
going to line up with a certain spot on the screen.
Yeah, so I'm supposed to be at 2.1 cents, but I'm actually at 1.6. I realized I knew something was off back on TNR, like I said, but here it was like, you know, this trick is just naturally
Left,
kind of
and it's
finicky,
done-
but like I can usually tell kind of where the good angle is, where I want to be, and something just looked off about the angle, and I didn't really know what it was at this time, but obviously I was at 1.6.
Correctly,
Zoom.
should teleport.
And then I
all the
do
way
my
to the other
360,
side.
yeah, and then it worked.
Down
It
there.
still
There we
looked
go.
weird.
Nicely
I don't know how to
done.
describe it. It
Not
just looked
bad.
off.
There's the door. We're just past it. And that door takes a minute and a half to open.
Yep.
And before we just have to rely on another 40% coin
Fun
toss,
fun
so-
fact about that door. It takes 90 seconds to open on legendary, but only about, I believe it only takes a minute to open on easy. It actually
Honestly,
takes
that's probably
longer to
one of the
open
best
on
lines in this
legendary.
game
Like it
because
scales it.
It removed that little bit more from this level.
Which
that
is kinda
already has
funny.
So much of it.
Strats that remove RNG are frankly just the best strats
Huge.
in speedrunning.
Yes, I definitely agree. It is
You gotta
so
be
amazing.
careful because it can just kind of move the RNG
your elevator
around.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm on the elevator.
You didn't think the elevator was going up?
Get Nancy.
I didn't think.
Yeah, so right here, this is the final floor of the library. So there's one last door that we need to wait for or get good RNG, which we hopefully will see here. It's going to need another 40% reviver flood here. So Nervy's going to do a grenade jump across this door, similar to before. And we're going to see if we get a human flood that spawns at a good spot here. So hopefully that happens.
We'll see. Don't just come on, man.
Right here, helpless's PC turned off. And let me make this abundantly clear. if this didn't happen, this had potential to not only be library, not even potential, it was going to be library world record. This also had the potential to be a full game record. So this crash right here, if Helpless didn't crash, we might have gotten full game world record live at GDQ, like a very real possibility. So this was tragic. And it happens just...
Don't, just, come on, man.
Boom.
It's gonna, uh-oh.
The game crashed? No.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
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 World record.
Oh yeah, that is off.
Oh, jeez.
How close were we to the end of the level?
We were right there. We
yeah,
can just probably...
like another minute.
Okay.
So, I guess tech issue wise, why this happened, I was sitting on top of both power and audio cables. So it likely happened because I was sitting on top of both power and audio cables. The PCs were also on the ground. So the PCs aren't supposed to be on the ground. They're supposed to be on the table. They were on the ground, and I was sitting on like power and audio cables. So it likely happened because of that. It was a mess up on GDQ's part. They have already apologized. So, you know, it happened. It's okay. Kind of sucks that we didn't get the world record moment, but yeah, I think the run in and of itself was so good it didn't matter, right? Like, so I may have touched it, and yes, it may have been that my foot did something, and yeah, because I was sitting on top of wires. That's what happens. That's why you don't sit on top of wires. It's unfortunate, and on a PC on the ground. It's unfortunate. JDQ already apologized for it, and they made sure to rectify it for all future runs and blah blah blah. But you know, it does kind of suck we didn't get that moment. But I think the run was so good that it didn't really matter. Good as in like everyone really enjoyed it. So
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not really that upset about it.
Just waiting for the door to...
After the run, like the morning after, I really was upset about it. I was really upset about it, actually. Like the morning after I woke up and the day after as well. So I was really upset the day after this run and the day after that. I was like, the day after that, like 2 days after this, I was really upset. But then I watched little bits and pieces of the run, and I had people say such wonderful things to me about the run that...
Open and then...
Like now I'm fine. I'm whatever.
Wait for
but
another
that did
cutscene there.
That did kind of suck.
Well, I guess we have time for donations.
I am really hoping you might cue me in.
Yeah.
Ginger Jeff, they donate 25.
So this is just
have a 250 with my name.
Just us trying to turn it back on. And this is now an emote. It's a great emote. Is it playing? Oh, there it goes.
258 year. This is battle. They said before he's using that it could everyone. I'm gonna send it.
Damn,
right.
we were setting up a while. There it goes. I'll just let this speak for itself.
All right, when I said that level has a lot of RNG, that wasn't quite what I meant.
That's the only way to come back from that.
Just rolling with the punches right now. I mean, like you're still playing at a super high level. Tech is like working their butts off to make this work. So yeah, shout out Tech, shout out y'all. You're doing great.
Okay.
And we're back on.
Yeah, so now we are on the mission to Betrayal.
Oh, by the way, I didn't know they turned off the timer. If they had told me they turned off the timer, I would have been like, hey, we're ready to go 3, 2, 1, but I didn't even realize that.
Very cool mission. You can't miss this. This is the best part about co-op speedruns right here.
I'm excited. I've always just kind of thought of this level as Assault on the Control Room backwards. So
yeah, so right here, Nervy and Helpless are just making their way through this section. Lots of enemies to jump through. We don't want to kill those grunts there since they'll spawn in more enemies that we don't want to.
Hello, Rex Caliber.
And
I'm so glad. Thank you. I'm glad we're watching the run live right here. You just missed the crash.
So, checkpoints, please.
Oh, these checkpoints on this level.
The classic. Some things never change.
Some things truly
There we
never
go.
change. There it goes. Oh my god. Both times on this level, when I was waiting for a checkpoint, I only got it after I gave up, I believe.
So Nervy's going to deload these enemies. There's only going to be 2 elites and 2 jackals that spawn in, and Helpless is going to stay at the button. So generally you need to hit this
Which was, yeah.
button in order to proceed again. So in solo missions, we
My mouse did another funny here, by the way. I threw that first
Just
frag,
have to.
I threw the second one, and I was spamming right click, and I could not get this third nade to throw. Still not
with the
throwing.
Banshee?
Right there, it was thrown way too late.
And Nervy's also going to do a nice set of Banshee grenades.
Did I make a
right,
noise?
Fly back up with a Banshee. And
I
Nervy's
did.
also going to do a nice set of Banshee grenades right here.
And that
Just
third nade,
throw
because it was thrown so
all the way
late, it didn't
closer.
blow
That's
up.
pretty
Otherwise,
cool.
this had potential
And
to be a
Nervy's
really
going
good
to hit
Banshee
one
nades.
trigger at
Whoops.
the bottom while Helpless hits the button.
Ah!
I'm just hitting this checkpoint trigger just for some safety.
So that spawns in all the enemies and progresses the mission, and allows Nervy to just make his way up, saving a
Nervy,
lot of flying time here. So now Nervy's
Elite
going to
didn't
park
die,
the
of
Banshee
course.
inside.
A
And
true
both of them
classic.
are going to spawn in, and this is where we're going to use some small load teleports here. So Helpless is going to wait at one spot and teleport Nervy right outside of the
Zoom.
first generator. And both players,
Had to kill this
Helpless
elite.
is going to get in the Banshee right here. Get ready to do the fling.
There
and
we
he's
go.
going to go up and out of bounds, similar to AOTCR before.
Love that.
Nervy's parking another set of Banshees, so there's
So we made a promo about this too, and I think it turned out really well for GDQ. It's on their Twitter page, I think, if you scroll through it enough. But yeah, similar to AOTCR, this is like right on the edge of the load zone. Doesn't know where to put me, so it just kind of lets me go.
3 Banshees here. He's parked
Just
one at the door.
zoom.
He stands at a
And I do that in old graphics so I can load in. I don't think we touched on this during the
Banshee, so
run,
there's 3
but
Banshees here. He's parked one at the door.
right
He
here,
stand-
that loads in the tunnel in old graphics so I can actually see
at a
it
very
in old
specific
graphics
spot
because
with another
it's really
Banshee
weird to try
is
and do
able
it in
to
new
go out of
graphics.
bounds while Helpless is hitting the load trigger.
That was me getting Kronos' attention to stop talking because I needed an audio cue specifically right here.
Another Banshee and is able to
Dude, look at my face. Look at my face. Look at my face this entire sequence
He
right here.
stands at a very specific spot
Whoa.
with another Banshee.
Look
and
at
is
it,
able
look at
to
it.
go out of bounds
Look at it. It's gonna get
while
worse.
Helpless is hitting the load trigger.
I need an audio cue.
Out of bounds while Helpless is hitting the load trigger.
This needs to be an emote. Hang on. I gotta find
And
the
is able
perfect
to
still.
go out
Hang
of
on.
bounds while Helpless is hitting the load trigger.
Hang on. There. Yeah. Where'd it go? Hang on. Yeah. That's gonna be a good emote.
All right, thank you. I need an audio cue.
So now, Helpless also goes out of bounds with his own Banshee that Nervy set up. And both
Jesus.
players are just out of bounds, and Nervy's hitting triggers that are required for the mission to progress, while Helpless is flying all the way to a very far part of the level, just straight beelining it.
All of these triggers, I don't know if Kronos mentioned it, but all these triggers check in 1 second increments, so you need to take this path very specifically.
all the way.
That'll
With
be
the specific
important
audio cue.
I see why you were talking this up.
Yeah, so Nervy is hitting so many triggers here, and this is super difficult. Like, I can't stress how difficult this part is, because there's around 25, 30 triggers.
If Kronos, if you're still here, your explanation of Bool was probably my favorite of the night. My favorite explanation of just all of it of the night. Cause like you were like really excited to like talk about Bool. Like there was so much energy in this explanation. I don't know, it was my favorite of your explanations of the night. I thought it was
that
wonderful.
you need to hit And all of those are very
so
small
good.
boxes
So
where you
good.
need to be in at a very specific time in order to hit.
If you hit one, then wander off, can you mess it up? So the way that the triggers work is you need to hit all of the triggers in order. So if you hit one and you, so say there's like 3, there's like, if you can see, there's like one here, and then one like here, let's say, right? One here, and one here. If you hit this one, you miss this one, and then you hit this one. I'm gonna open up Paint again. Here, let's do it like this. So if there's a trigger here, and a trigger here, you hit this one. So this one's good. You miss this one. This one you can't hit. You cannot hit it. You need to hit this one, then that one, then this one. You need to hit it 1, then 2, then 3. You can't hit it 1, 3, 2. This does not work. I have wonderful handwriting. Needs to be exactly like this. So, and they all check, most of them check in like 1 second increments, and you need to hit them in order. So that's what makes this trick so ridiculously hard. And each one, I have no idea I hit this one, no idea I hit that one, and no idea I hit that one. I only get 1 cue, by the way, and that's the music. I think the music stopped.
So you can't just like.
So yeah, the music already stopped, but there's music playing. If the music stops, I know I hit the first 2, which tells me my setup for fast YOLO triggers was good, but the rest, yeah.
Fly straight through unless you know for sure where.
So
those
I have no
triggers
idea I'm hitting all of these. I've just done this trick so much, I already
are
know.
and when they are active.
What determines the timing?
It's very precise, like second.
Hey, Distro.
cycles.
Oh,
So
okay.
Distro was there too. I still have to watch Distro's run. I'm going to watch your run probably tomorrow, Distro, if I had to guess. Tomorrow or Wednesday, one of the two. I do want to watch that. Wish I will someday meet you. You already met me. Anyway, this explosion right here.
What determines the timing?
It's very precise. Like second
This trigger right here,
cycle.
right there, causes this explosion to happen. So like I said, you can't hit triggers out of order. You need to hit them all in order. So the only time you'll see this explosion is if you hit every single trigger up to this point exactly correctly. So when I see this explosion,
okay.
I know I hit all the triggers up to this point. That's the only cue I get.
That explosion means I hit every trigger so far. I had no way of knowing otherwise.
Yeah.
Wow.
So that's great.
Hardest
Meanwhile,
trick in the
Helpless is
run.
at the spot where he needs to be.
So Helpless is going to store this Banshee right here. So I hit this load zone. The game says, wait, this Banshee is a part of this load zone. So it stores it there. It's going to hold it there in memory for us until we get to that point again. This trick is freaking insane, man.
It's hovering at a very specific spot.
So right
while-
there, you saw it disappear. So the game stored that Banshee right there in memory. It ended up killing Helpless as a side effect as well.
Nervy hits the load, and Helpless deloads off the map, so he's just gone.
And he's
out
all,
of
did
existence.
you see that?
Hits the
Look at
load,
Helpless.
And Helpless deloads
He's all
off the
done.
map, so he's just gone, out of existence. So Nervy's going to hit another load. No.
Why does it kill Helpless? My theory is that the game just gets confused. I had a theory. You know what? I have no idea.
Nice.
I have no
And
idea.
Nervy's going to start making his way through a couple more triggers in this map.
I think it just deletes his model
So
and the
he
game
hits one
goes,
at
and
the
he's
top of
dead.
The elevator, one towards the bottom of it. Nice. Hits
This
the
one right here is a pretty hard one to
there.
hit, but hit it just perfect.
I don't know if I'm hitting these. I just,
Yeah.
I know, but I don't know. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So here he's going to hit another load section here.
Right.
Papagaro.
Hopefully this works out well as well.
Let me just inch over here.
Be safe about it.
There we go.
Here we go. So that's another load, and
This
you see,
is, I'm doing a rather advanced version of Bool as well, probably like one of the most advanced. It's called Papagaro, which, funny story, I'm the one who basically came up with that name because I said,
Whoops.
you have to be a Papag.
Sorry, I didn't mean to do
Funny
that.
story, I'm the one who basically came up with that name because I said you have to be a Papega to go for this in full game, and joke's on me because now I'm here going for it at GDQ.
Yeah.
Yep, I actually said that. I said you have to be a Papega to go for this in full game. You should never ever go for it except in some like cringe IL setting. And now we do it all the time, and I even did a GDQ, which is kind of funny.
Bool?
It's called Bool, yes.
What is that?
Banshee out of level.
Why wouldn't you just call it Banshee out of bounds?
No particular reason.
That's a good one. That's a good one. I'll pull back the curtain. That specific joke was pre-planned. Full disclaimer. That joke was pre-planned. We were at dinner, and Bryo actually like genuinely asked about like, why is it Banshee? Oh, is it because of boob? And then we ended up making a joke. Yeah.
Right.
Okay,
Which is because Banshee out of bounds would be boob, and Banshee out of level is bool.
Why wouldn't you just call it Banshee out of bounds?
No particular reason.
All right.
Okay, so here's a part where Nervy's going to load back into the level here by dropping out the leg. Okay.
Checkpoint, please. Please. Okay.
So we're
Sorry, I gotta hear this again.
No particular reason.
Why wouldn't you just call it Banshee out of bounds?
No particular reason.
God, I love that.
All right.
Okay, so here's a part where Nervy's going to load back into the level here by dropping out
This.
the leg. Okay.
Checkpoint, please. Please.
Please.
Oh, I got it.
And once again,
The leg.
right when I freaking give up, that's when I get it.
Okay.
Checkpoint, please. Please.
I gave up,
So we're
and right there I got it.
I got it.
You got the checkpoint, and there we go. So
Okay.
we loaded back
That
inbounds.
is the first checkpoint I've gotten in like 5 minutes.
Wow.
Yeah. We loaded back inbounds.
was.
We went out of bounds by getting into the Banshee that was still stuck out of bounds by hitting the load trigger. And we're able to stay out of bounds in that way. So now Nervy hits that last trigger for that part.
That's a tough trigger to hit too. It's very easy to get sucked in bounds right there.
Black bars stuff there.
And that whole Banshee thing, I could wait there and have it not matter. That's something called Banshee storing. Basically, the game thought the Banshee was in another load zone, so it stored it there for me. And when I went and hit that load zone, it gave it back to me. Which, on that note, you'll probably remember that Banshee that
Exactly,
flew
yep.
all the way over here.
Stored that Banshee right there in memory for us, and
Nicely done, dude.
there it is. Yeah, and that's what happened in that hallway too. When I was waiting for that checkpoint, the Banshee was like suspended. The game just kind of stored it there in memory for us until we hit that load zone. And that's exactly what happened to Helpless's Banshee here. It got stored right there in memory until I hit this load zone, this loading done, and that's what put it in.
I think you tell that story the best. How did
This story, yep.
I don't even know what just happened, frankly.
So we call that the big Chinovsky freeze because there is a speedrunner named Chinovsky. Me and Nervy were hanging out in the Halo Runs Discord general chat one night, and he came in after a night of drinking, and he had a great idea. He said, why doesn't one person hit the triggers while the other person flies to the end of the level? I really think it could work. And, you know, we're sitting there. He's kind of stumbling over his words. We're not really listening to him. And, you know, after 10 minutes, he's really adamant about this. And we sat there for a second. We're like, you know what? I think he's actually making sense, and I think that's a really good idea. So we tested it out, and it ends up, you know, saving time and being much, much easier than the old strats.
That's awesome.
We got 4 flood.
He didn't
right
get the
there,
5
that's
flood
the,
didn't die somehow.
the infamous 5 flood. What? Oh,
They just didn't die. Yeah.
it's infamous.
You
for a
need
reason.
5 flood to die right there to progress the level.
That is the infamous 5 flood trigger. As you can see, the game does not progress unless 5 flood die in that section. That's actually the whole reason we're in bounds right now. If it wasn't for this trigger, we could do this whole level out of bounds.
And now I can go.
You
Yeah.
want to hit that. And that's why having 2 Banshees there is good. It saves you having to fly all the way back.
All right. This right here. This right here. He did not tell me he was going to do this. I had no idea he was going to do this. I was literally, my surprise here was genuine. I had no idea he was going to melee me, and I certainly didn't think he was going to teabag me.
Anyway.
All right. Now we're on
RNG
to
minute.
keys.
Yeah, this is the only.
We were
RNG
worried about this RNG manip, this one right here. We were worried it might have been hardware specific, but it turned out it wasn't, and it just worked on every PC we tried at GDQ, which is really fortunate
Yeah, so I
because
did a little manip at the
I wasn't
start
sure
there,
we'd
which
do
basically
otherwise.
guarantees that this flood right here is a reviver, so we don't have to rely on.
So I'm very
40%
happy this
chance for
worked.
He is 100% guaranteed.
and we didn't need to come
be
up with
one.
something else. Or rolled dice,
I'm gonna
Jesus
do a
Christ.
little bit of a setup here. Zoom.
Zoom. There's the
Right
other
on
one.
top of them, same as before, teleport through the wall.
Nice.
And that skips pretty much the entire level. The game's gonna be a little bit confused.
The T poses, yep.
This has been a strat for a long time, right? I mean, I remember watching Keys Bump and Runs years and years and years ago.
Yeah,
It's had its many evolutions as well.
That it has. Oh yeah, and then the Logitech G Hub.
I love this on-the-fly stuff that we're doing. So I have to.
there it is. Yep.
Is now a good time for me to ask like a question about y'all's history, like as co-op partners?
Yeah.
So I guess I'm just curious. Like I know that CE historically has like. It's pretty tough to, like, the net code's pretty rough,
Yes,
especially
it
when you're playing,
is.
like, from long distances and a lot of input lag. How was it that it came about that y'all ended up just being the best at this?
I think you tell the story the best.
It's kind of interesting. Me and Nervy started running this game about the same time when COVID hit. You know, we didn't really have a lot to do, so we started speedrunning this game. We started hanging out in the Halo Runs Discord. We hang out in general chat, kind of do runs, bounce ideas off each other and stuff. And we were just kind of, you know, just having a conversation, and we got on the topic of where we're from, and I asked him, like, hey man, where are you from? And he said, New York. I'm like, oh, that's cool. Like, are you from, you know, New York City? Like, whereabouts? He goes, you know, like upstate New York. I'm like, oh my God, like me too, man. And it kind of just got smaller and smaller.
We
literally
literally
like 15 minutes.
we literally live like, yeah, it's a short
and it
drive
kinda
away
just
for me to
gave
get to
us,
Helpless's
huge,
house. It's that
advantage,
close.
Regarding like the network.
And so we just have no latency when we play co-op. It's very nice. You play with anyone else and you have like a second and a half of latency.
It's one of those like small
insane.
world moments. It's with the odds.
That explains why my mouse felt weird. I was on the wrong side.
That was it. This is when I saw the reason, like why everything felt so weird. Right here. Right here, 1.6. I'm supposed to be on 2.1, and then I switched it to 5, but I was on 1.6.
Oh,
With the odds.
that explains why my mouse felt weird. I was on the wrong
Halo Runs NY meetup?
Anyway,
Absolutely.
I think I need to do a little bit of.
Did I ever do speedruns for 2020? I did not.
Should I read a quick donation?
Go for it.
Okay,
This freaking
how about
G-Hub
this?
thing.
$25 from ABS Goose. They say, when you first saw Halo, were you blinded by its majesty, paralyzed, dumbstruck? Yet the speedrunners were able to...
Freaking all this. The freaking wanted like the help, the privacy policy.
evade
Oh
your
my
ships,
God, it
land
was
on the
so
sacred
annoying.
ring, and desecrate it with their filthy shield bumps. Heretics!
There we go. That took forever.
Okay, so now we are on the final mission, the Maw. So
The Maw.
Thank you.
Thank you.
yeah, so this is going to be a very cool mission.
This
right
is
here.
my favorite level in the game by far.
Oh yeah.
What makes it your favorite level?
This platforming coming up. I'm gonna wait right here for a checkpoint, and this.
There we go.
And this whole platforming right here is, well,
Zoom.
Whoa.
He used that door opening to clip out of bounds. It kind of intersected with his geometry and shot him up.
all right, how are we looking on checkpoint?
You should get one here in a second.
Oh,
I'm
there
gonna
we
kill all
go.
these guys for you.
So coming up is a teleport. That's the whole reason we're like changing our in-game sensitivity is because of this teleport.
That one right there.
And I
So,
got it.
and some more behind the scenes. We're very lucky that I could switch to 5 cents there because 5 cents makes that teleport very free. And I literally could not see my lineup on the monitors at GDQ. So it was very fortunate, very
I
fortunate
teleported from all the way over there to right
that
here.
that one ended up working. That 5 cents is so free. I mean,
And I would, is
otherwise
like
that could have
how-
been that could have taken a lot of
If y'all are
tries.
that worried about your sensitivity, I can only imagine the precision of that. Like
It's, yeah,
That
it's
trick only works on a few sensitivities. It's like 1.2,
Well,
2.1.
it's
5.
2.1, 3.1, and 5. The only
What-
sensitivity is where it works.
why?
It's weird for how the game calculates look angles, which is very weird numerical
That is
values.
so weird.
It's different for just every teleport. So looking through and trying to find which ones
Hunter
work and
Hallway
didn't
went very
has been,
smooth
like,
there.
Immense like situation.
That
Yeah,
doesn't have to go that way.
It was definitely a trial and error type thing, I believe. And just trying, we've tried every single sensitivity on that teleport, I believe. And yeah, those are the 3 we settled on, so those are the 3 we play at.
I love this one. Just
I'd like to know,
completely found it
DPI
by
doesn't matter,
accident.
it's just the in-game sensitivity.
Completely
in-game
by
sensitivity,
accident.
gotcha.
I love this.
Here's something we found by accident, by the way.
Yeah.
If I stay back and I don't enter the reactor room, and none of the enemies will spawn in the reactor room, making it much easier for Nervy.
He like went AFK, and I was like, all right, yeah, let me go practice this real quick. I just had no spawns,
Yep.
and I was like, oh,
0 spawns.
keep doing that.
Yeah, so right here we just need to destroy these 4 reactors, and
Nice
once we do
and
that, we're
smooth.
able to complete the mission. So,
Yeah, the flood are everywhere. They're taking over everything, so we're just
going
gonna blow this
crazy.
place sky high and get out of here.
Oh yeah.
and that's the 4 dead, and we're just going to make our way to the final elevator.
I love how much Bryo gets a kick out of us
Oh,
killing
I
each
hope
other
this
or
trick
killing
works.
ourselves.
Okay, so coming up right here
Oh,
is
this
a very
fucking
unique
trick,
co-op
man. I
trick.
hate
so
this
hopefully
trick.
It works. It's so cool.
I was really hoping this trick would work, Helpless. I was really hoping,
Watch out for a chain reaction.
but
here.
wasn't in the cards.
All right, well, here we go.
Here goes nothing.
Okay,
In the wrong nook.
both Nervy and Helpless are walking in a corner.
The way this game kind of handles itself is a little,
Yeah, it
very
like
weird.
wasn't clipping
Let's try that
right.
again.
Yep.
I was afraid of this being finicky, but
This is like the only
I kill my-
thing
Y'all got
I
time.
think I'd
When I
change
tell you y'all
about the
got
run.
time.
Yeah.
yeah, we're good.
You're on good pace.
We got time, but I mean, if it doesn't work, it doesn't
So I
work.
just killed myself
This is
there
just
to
one of
reset
those
my look
tricks.
Angle. Hopefully, it makes it a little more consistent. We'll see.
Wrong nook.
Oh my god. That's probably the right spot. I don't know. It's
not gonna work.
Yeah. Yeah,
Well.
so what's supposed to happen is by doing this trick, you're able
Really
to
wish that
teleport
worked.
all the way
Yeah.
up to the top of
If
the elevator.
it was close, we would have tried over and over again, but it wasn't even close. We were getting the like I've never seen that type of
when you
clip,
hit
which
the
is
load zone,
just
which is super cool.
Yeah.
Saves around like 15-20 seconds.
maybe
of
we
this
should have
elevator
given it
ride.
more
Yeah, the two
tries,
players,
but
like
eh.
intersect with each other, and it basically turns into an express
It
elevator.
is what it
all the
is.
way up. I'd love
It
to
probably
show it
wasn't
to
ever
you,
going to
but,
work. We could have sat there for 20 minutes and it wouldn't have worked.
It's really weird.
I'll
It's,
bet.
like, weirdly inconsistent. We haven't quite figured out why.
Unfortunate.
We got the Warthog drive coming up, so.
Yeah.
Very true.
Oh, I forgot you go first.
I don't
person
know,
to speed
Sari.
on the-
It just
that's
it's
so
very
sick. I
weird. It's a
forgot about
very
that.
weird
I wish they
trick.
kept it in.
I know.
Oh yeah, Helpless, the
know.
first
We
person
definitely have
thing.
some
This
time
is
for donations.
I don't know why they took this
Yeah, here we
away.
go.
Also, white.
Definitely.
So wide timer, yes,
some
but
time for
ready
donations.
mouse. I'm like moving my mouse and it's not moving. I like can't. I'm stuck here. Like my mouse wasn't working.
here we go.
And then it went.
Also, white timer.
Yeah, absolutely.
It did it
Let's see,
again.
how about this? From Nick Does Voices,
Again.
they donate $50, and they say, if I know 2 things, they're that cats need pets, and every dollar donated this week makes a difference. Let's keep going fast and helping make the world a better place. Thank you, Nick Does Voices. That's absolutely trying to tell people we want to pet that cat a bunch of times in Viewfinder.
You were hoping we'd race
please,
each other?
let's
I
throw
would
your
have won.
donations towards that incentive. A $50
Probably.
donation from What It
That's a
Be.
good idea.
They
We-
say,
maybe we should have
"Loving
raced each
Halo
other."
Run. Combat Evolved was the first game I ever played.
We'll have to do that next time,
Playing with a
Helpless.
friend who got the Xbox day 1. Oh, the memories. Thanks to all the runners and staff putting together this awesome event. Thank you. Oh, a $50 donation from Game Night Crew. They say shout out to Nervy from the Game Night Crew. We are all
Game
watching.
Night
Good
Crew.
luck and good runs.
How much did they
Shout out to
donate?
Nervy from the Game. Oh, a $50 donation from Game
So
Night.
so that's people I do game night with every Thursday that
Crew.
donated
They say, shout out to
$50.
Nervy from the Game Night Crew. We are all watching. Good luck and good runs.
Thank you, guys.
How we doing on time?
You got more donations?
More donations? Great.
Cool.
Yeah, how about this? $117 from Deuces Mongooses. I love that.
That's
name.
sick. That's good.
They say
You guys so
day 5
excited
out of
about Wide
7.
Timer?
Everyone
Dudes.
fighting cancer is a
We
Spartan.
both got Wide Timer.
Remember, Spartans
So
never
cool.
die.
It's such a stupid
You can
glitch.
squeeze in one more, I think.
Sure, give me 1 second, just loading here. How about this? $5 from Kit, and they simply say, can we get a $5 train? Choo choo. Sure, Kit. For you, for Kit.
So, Yeah, definitely want to give some
Shoutouts.
shout-outs of myself, I think.
Shoutouts of myself. Did I say shoutouts of myself?
Give some shout-outs of myself, I think.
I think I meant like give shoutouts, like I'll give my shoutouts, other people give theirs, but I said shoutouts of myself.
Basically, all the Halo Runs community that
Yeah,
kinda
of
came
my
together
own,
to make
yeah.
this run really what it is.
Yeah, but
Shoutouts to Canada.
exactly, that's what I'm thinking of. Obama giving Obama a medal.
Sloth, who are still grinding despite the fact this game is probably doesn't need to be grinding.
Speaking of which, Sloth just got world record again the other day. And I'm sure Cambid will start grinding to get it back, and I don't know why they keep going. It's freaking insane to me. I think the game's
Past
done.
its prime, we can stop, but they won't stop. That Fohammer's back there. We don't.
Yeah.
We'll just ignore her. And she's gone. So
I could have
big
probably
shout-outs
stopped for
to
Fohammer.
Janowski, of course, for giving us that pool strat.
You know what? Second thing I would have changed, stop for Fohammer.
Shout-outs to Goat Rope, the founder of Halo Runs, the whole reason we're all here.
HaloRuns.com.
HaloRuns.com for speedrunning.
.network.
Basically, anything Halo related for speedrunning, go to HaloRuns.com.
Nope,
I
mouse
would like to
doing
shout
weird
out
stuff
Eric
again.
Danielski.
Yes, Eric
Nice
Danielski.
world record.
Thirsty grunt.
Absolutely. Eric, without you, Halo Runs is nothing. Thank you so much for all that you do.
Eric Danielski.
Okay, we got to say hi to this guy now.
Yeah.
I might have. No. It adds more time, Sari. It like stops the time and gives you more time. We wouldn't have ran out of time.
Good thing that food was waiting for me at the starship. 'Cause, man, if I worked up a big, crunchy thirst.
Yeah, they're just. He's just there.
He just. Oh!
He's fine. Nothing happened. Totally.
I'm not. I saw.
You didn't see anything.
All right.
There was nothing there. We saved him. That plasma was looking funny.
Oh yeah, this right here.
I
gotta
saw.
show
Saved
this.
him. That
Where is
You
it?
didn't see anything.
Right here. This
All right.
grunt. Look
Nothing
at the plasma and look at the fuel rod. I thought this was gonna chain react. I thought for sure this was gonna chain
we
react,
saved
and
him.
it somehow
That
didn't.
Plasma was looking
I
funny.
was expecting it
Oh,
to.
360 swag.
Kevin Turtle's in the chat.
I can't believe you hit this, helpless.
Oh,
Oh my god.
Where'd you got
I
that?
can't believe you hit this. Look at
60
this.
swag.
He I think he bounced off the hog.
Kevin Turtle's in the chat.
Right, he went right here and he bounced right off the windshield just like that
Oh.
and then landed up here.
Oh! You actually
That
got
was incredible. And then I needed you down here because I didn't have any nades and I needed to do the Rex Easter egg.
But okay.
I need you though. Can you?
Can I make it down there?
No, but I need you to fall. We're running out of time, man. Alright, there we go.
We
Oh,
were
that's
not
right, I
running
forgot
out
it
of
was like an
time, by the
actual
way.
in-game timer here.
We were not running out of
Alright,
time in the
sit right there.
slightest.
I have no idea what y'all are doing.
No, hold on. Yeah. There we go. All right. Easter egg. Another.
Oh, okay, okay.
If you come over to this corner, you will see the devs had a bit of fun spelling out the name Rex,
Rex.
in blood.
Oh, that's pretty cool. I didn't even know that was there.
A lot of people don't. It's I didn't know it was there for a while, honestly. We have
Bonk.
plenty of time, I promise.
Okay, I'm like watching that get under a minute. Like.
Starts
We're gonna
blinking.
start blinking to let
Yep.
you know it's scary.
Starts
but
blinking.
We got plenty of time.
And coming up right here is the very final part, so time is very soon. So right here, hopefully Helpless can get a fling.
Oh, my mouse.
Dude, my mouse did it again.
Helpless can get a fling.
You can see me move my hand, but it wouldn't move and it just
My
jerked
mouse.
over. Oh my god. That was
Why
so
is it
annoying.
doing this?
Oh,
Yeah,
not quite, but yeah, Nervy's just going to squeeze his way through the barrels, and time will be once
I wanted
the
to wait for
screen
this
goes
nade
white.
and then run him over.
Just one last.
The reason, so this was Giga Brain. The reason I did that was I didn't know if he had, I don't think he had nades, but I like in my brain, I was like, if he has nades and I run him over, it's going to chain react on that plasma.
Will be once
This one right here, if I ran him over and he had nades, it could have chain reacted and killed both of us.
screen
So I
goes
waited for
white.
that, then ran him over.
Just one last betrayal.
And time.
That was why I waited there.
106.
Yeah, I was gonna say y'all were like when y'all were like trying to do the trick over and over. I was like, y'all are well underestimated.
No, it doesn't. You don't understand. When that trick doesn't work, it doesn't work.
It does
I hear
not.
that.
All right, thank you all so much for having us. Library IRL RNG.
Yeah.
That's a new one.
Yeah.
Y'all really went through it this run, and
Yeah. We
honestly,
did.
pure class the whole way through. Super great run, honestly, good job.
Adapt.
Yeah, helpless. Great work carrying me, man.
And the legendary ending, of course. Any final shoutouts from y'all?
Let's just enjoy this first.
Hey, yo.
Yeah.
That hand's awfully low.
Oh yeah, if you guys didn't know, the elite's hand
Yeah.
goes down, touches ass, and in the new graphics ending, Johnson touches the elite's
awfully
ass.
low.
It's like backwards. Something to go watch.
Yeah, just shout outs honestly to, like I said, Cambit and Sloth for still grinding this game. Shout outs to everyone, Goose, Sorix, everyone in the Halo Runs community. Just all of you just pushing this game in different ways, trying out all the new tricks. It's still active. If you go to Halo Runs, there's still records being broken every single day somehow. Like, we've just been on a hot streak. Even though these games are decades old, they're still getting broken. And if you're at all interested in this speed run at all, we have tutorials for days. We have beginner routes, intermediate routes, advanced routes. People and a whole army of people willing to help you if you're even somewhat interested. MCC goes on sale all the time. It's probably on sale right now, honestly. I didn't check, but it's probably on sale. And there's no better time to get into speedrunning this game if you're even a little bit interested. Just go to haloruns.com, join the Discord, get involved. I didn't think I'd be doing this, honestly. I was like, I'll just do this as a little side thing, have some fun, and here I am. And you ask anyone who comes up on this stage, it'll be that exact same thing. So, yeah, thank you all so much for having us.
Yeah. Helpless, you have anything?
Yeah, shout outs to you guys for doing all the heavy lifting. Commentating would be
Heavy lifting is a bit of an overstatement. You were the one doing the run. Thanks for having me.
And thanks for having me, GDQ. Thank you.
So, thank you so much. I'm NervyDestroyer. You can find me on Twitch,
Jeez.
YouTube, Twitter. I'm also in a band, Raising Cain. We're now changing our name.
I
to
am
Our
in a
Brother
band.
Label. So you can
It's
find
true.
us on Spotify as well. And thank you all so much. You can find Helpless on Twitch.
There it is. That's it. Why are these when dumb Karens try to attack cops? It's 2 hours long.